OpenAI just dropped Sora 2, and the internet completely lost it. In less than a day, it turned into this mix of groundbreaking tech demo and absolute meme chaos.
1 year ago, Sora 1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new Sora 2.
On one side, you've got Olympic-level physics simulations and cinema-grade video shots. And on the other, Sam Altman deep-faked into skibidi toilet clips.
Skibidoo, skibida, I'm a CEO in a porcelain spa. Skibidoo, skibida, yes, that's me. Running AI from the back, can't stop. Head above water, flush that tune. Everybody bouncing, Sam in the room.
It's the kind of launch that shows both the power of the model and how fast people will push it to the edge. Let's start with what Sora 2 actually is. The first Sora model launched back in February of 2024. At the time, OpenAI described it as kind of like the GPT-1 moment for video. It was the point where video generation stopped looking like a broken experiment and started showing basic behaviors, things like object permanence suddenly working just from scaling up training. Now, Sora 2 is more like the GPT 3.5 moment. It is not perfect, but it is a huge leap forward. We're talking Olympic-level gymnastics, backflips on paddleboards where buoyancy and rigidity are modeled correctly, and even triple axels on ice with a cat sitting on someone's head, and somehow the cat does not just glitch out. The physics do not always nail it, but compared to older models where a missed basketball shot would magically teleport into the hoop, here the ball actually bounces off the backboard. The mistakes now look more like the mistakes of a real agent in the world. What makes Sora 2 such a big step is this deeper simulation of physical reality. OpenAI says it's about training models that really understand the world, not just for entertainment, but for the long game of building systems that could one day operate in the physical world. Robots, world simulators, things like that. And in terms of style, it is cinematic, it is anime, it is realistic. It follows complex multi-shot instructions, keeps track of world state, and now it even generates synchronized audio, dialogue, and sound effects that are freakishly good. Today we're announcing the Sora app powered by the all-new Sora 2. Now, OpenAI also added something called the Cameo feature. Basically, you can inject yourself, your friends, or honestly anyone into a Sora scene with remarkable fidelity. It takes a short recording of your voice and face, and then you're in, dropped straight into any kind of Sora generation. They tested it internally at OpenAI before launch, and apparently employees were already making friends through Cameo remixes, which sounds fun, but also just the tiniest bit dystopian. And when it hit the public, it took about 5 minutes for Sam Altman himself to become the internet's favorite toy. People flooded X with clips of Altman stealing GPUs off Target shelves, trying to kiss users, turning into a Yu-Gi-Oh character, and even starring in full-on skibidi toilet memes. Altman responded pretty calmly, saying it was way less weird to scroll through endless memes of yourself than he expected. But not everyone found it so funny. Some people immediately raised the question, is this just normalizing deepfakes? Because if your likeness can be thrown into any narrative, even if it is silly, at what point does consent stop mattering? For celebrities and CEOs, maybe it's part of the job, but everyday users are going to get caught up in this too. And once a likeness spreads, there is no real taking it back. And the copyright side of this is even more explosive. Within hours of release, people were pumping out scenes straight from Cyberpunk 2077, Rick and Morty, Naruto, Disney movies, Studio Ghibli, you name it. OpenAI's policy is that copyrighted material is included by default unless rights holders opt out. That is a total reversal of how copyright law usually works, and experts are already calling it a corporate license grab. Ruslan Velkov, an AI developer, flat out said if copyright flips from opt-in to opt-out, then copyright law basically stops existing. And others pointed out how impossible it is to fully opt out anyway. Pirate libraries scrape everything. If you've ever put something online, odds are it's already in someone's dataset. So you've got memes of Altman, full-blown anime remixes, copyrighted franchises being recreated on demand, and of course, the internet immediately tested the NSFW boundaries. Within hours, there were Sora sex toy commercials with glossy cinematography, toga parties labeled Sora Bacchanalia with wine pouring and doll-like nudity, and even Sim-style sex scene overlays from well-known jailbreakers. OpenAI did put in restrictions around sexual content, graphic violence, extremist propaganda, and self-harm, but the filters are far from airtight. People have already found weird loopholes. For example, you can't get a bikini scene, but you can generate yourself smoking 10 fat blunts in the office, no problem. Crack smoking, though, that gets blocked. The cultural chaos of Sora 2's launch almost overshadowed the fact that this is not just a model drop. It came packaged as a full iOS app. The app itself looks and feels a lot like TikTok. You get a For You feed of short, scrollable AI videos featuring your friends, influencers, or whoever people throw in as cameos. During sign-up, you're asked to create your own digital likeness by speaking a few numbers and turning your head. So the app records your face and voice. Then you can control who is allowed to use your likeness. Everyone, just your friends, or nobody. And whenever someone generates a clip using you, even if it just sits in their drafts, you can see it on your account page. Wired tested it and found that most of the early viral clips were Altman. Again, him stealing GPUs, him pleading with security guards to let them keep them, and even Altman walking into a South Park episode to chat with Eric Cartman. The voice synthesis and character recreation are scarily good, though sometimes buggy.
You want answers? Fine, I'll give you answers. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
In one clip, Cartman's whiny voice accidentally came out of Altman's mouth. The app has weird double standards too. It blocked videos of the reporter in a bikini, but had no issue with smoking blunts. It refused a clip of smoking crack, refused a dragon jump suicide attempt, and wouldn't generate a Taylor Swift impersonator. But it happily made Pokemon videos with Pikachu and Bulbasaur. So yeah, Pokemon seems fair game. Taylor Swift though, not so much. Meanwhile, people are treating the invite system like gold. OpenAI limited access at first, with each new user getting 4 invite codes to share. By the next day, eBay had more than 20 completed sales of Sora codes, going anywhere from $10.99 up to just under $45. OpenAI immediately jumped in on their official Discord to warn people that selling codes is against the rules, and it also violates their terms of service. eBay technically doesn't allow the resale of unauthorized software keys either, but that didn't stop people. And to put in perspective just how popular this launch was, within one day, Sora was already the #3 free app on Apple's App Store, right behind ChatGPT and Google Gemini. Now, the internet being the internet, it didn't take long for the weirder side of Sora to go viral. Mashable pointed out that some of the earliest hits included Sam Altman rapping from a toilet in full Skibbity reference mode, Altman dancing awkwardly, Altman stealing GPUs, again this time supposedly generated by an OpenAI employee, even AI Bob Ross painting a gorilla fighting 100 men. There was also a video poking fun at how people are eating up AI slop, which turned into clips of people literally sloppily eating through Sora. The uncanny valley energy is off the charts, but some of the outputs look scarily real at the same time. And this is really what OpenAI is pushing. They don't see Sora as a novelty anymore. The rollout made it clear, synthetic media is a platform. Sora 2 is not a toy. It's a general-purpose video and audio engine with synced dialogue, rich soundscapes, and real shot-to-shot control meant to feel like a new way to communicate. Altman even acknowledged the addiction risk and bullying concerns. There are parental controls, teen view limits, cameo permissions, and more human moderation. They say they're not optimizing for infinite scroll. The focus is creation over consumption, with a feed that you can steer using natural language preferences. Big picture, they're aiming at world simulators and robotic agents, systems they think will reshape society. It's invite only to keep friend groups together. Android is coming, rollout will go beyond the United States and Canada, an API is planned, and ChatGPT Pro users get a higher quality Sora 2 Pro online. Under the hood, it's serious craft. OpenAI showcased glacier-carving dragons with shot lists, lens choices, shutter angles, polarizers, and full diegetic sound. It's cinema intent, not just AI video. In a day, Sora 2 blurred parody, identity theft, fandom, and memes. It looks like both a creative rush and a copyright minefield.